Just adjust my Rolex for a second. So it has a Jubilee bracelet. How to decode every testimonial from every dating coach in the world. By going to their website page, you're going to see a lot of shit. You guys separate the testimonials into two different categories. The first category is what they call phrasing the coach. So if you hear any testimonials that they did not get laid in, and they usually say, the coach had sick game. I learned a lot about my sticking points, or I learned a lot about myself, or some bullshit like that. And they didn't say anywhere that they got laid. Guess what? Who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit? I say to you guys, who cares? Should that even count as a testimonial? The answer is no, but it looks like it's there. It looks like there's a testimonial. Does that make sense? It looks like there's a testimonial. So I say, be careful. Number one, separate the testimonials, because anyone could say, I learned a lot in the bootcamp. For me, it's either they got laid or pulled, or nothing at all. Later pull, nothing at all. Later pull, nothing at all. There is no, I learned a lot about my sticking points. You learn you got ripped off. So go ahead and look at every single dating coach's page for testimonials, and you're going to decode everything. I'm going to teach you how. The guy with the most testimonials in the entire planet Earth, 7.6 billion people, who is more qualified to talk about this topic than me. So let's begin. So the very first type of testimonials is usually, like I said, he has sick game. So we call this category, we call this the zero testimonial, 0 to 1. Believe it or not, there's a lot of dating coaches that has 0 testimonials or only 1. So what do they all have in common? Well, we got to talk about like looks, money, status plus game, right? So usually the guys are more what they call privileged. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that word privilege or advantage or whatever. But when you look at the looks, money, status plus game, if they're an Asian guy, they usually are very tall and handsome. So they bypass the race. Remember, it's all 35, right? Remember the chart? Looks, money, status, game, but game has 4 categories. You guys know the formula. Looks is out of 10. Money is out of 5. Your race status is out of 10. And game is out of 10. But game is divided to 4 categories. You guys remember in the social skills, emotional, and persuasion are a game, right? Right here. C is social calibrations, social skills, emotional intelligence, persuasion. Okay, so we know this chart. So what happens is if the person is Asian in this chart over here, right? And let's say they're Asian, their status is low. So they try to offset this with muscles and a lot of game. So this is what the 0 to 1 testimonials, right? Right now, 0 to 1 equals, there's 3 coaches that I know only has 3 because they talk a lot of bullshit. So they're always professional looking. They're always professional sounding. So one of them is called Daygame Lifestyle. He's a local Vancouver. So the testimonials usually are divided day game or night game. So day game or night game, including ABCs of attraction, Queen and Casanova. John, don't insult other people because that's really politically incorrect. Listen, I'm your best friend. I'm your older brother to your Asians. And I'm here to help you. One day you'll realize when you dress better and you raise your self-esteem. But so the testimonials, even when you're looking at it, it's either day game or night game. We should cancel all the night game testimonials because night game does not require any sort of, it has some social calibrations, of course, but it doesn't have that much social skills. Emotions a little bit, for night game. And also for persuasion, it's just filtered in. So a little bit of social calibrations, not that much emotions. It's just basically drunk women who are down to fuck. Is that the kind of game that, it's not really game. It's a lot missing. Of course, there's persuasion, objections dealing, maneuvering, all that shit in night game. So we should say that night game testimonials are not the most important testimonials. It's a day game. Day game will cover all the categories. So we look at Scam Lifestyle, and we also have another coach that has 0 testimonials for day game. It's called Charisma King. Charisma King. Okay. Well, if you look at, they have no testimonials. This is not even something I can make up. So whenever you look at a white dating coach's page, you rarely see testimonial. Okay. So that's the first thing. And also ABCs of narcissism. So if you look at ABCs of attraction right here, you look at that tall coach right now, that tall, handsome coach that looks way better than me, who is like 6'2", 6'3", whatever the fuck. And he was standing next to a male model that's an Asian guy called, I don't know what's his name, but he had a documentary called The Ugly Model. But they're standing next to each other and they're both like good looking. So that's not really game. That's more of the looks category. So if he gets like a day 2 or something, it's not because he got day 2 by his skill. It's because his overall value for looks is almost maxed out. I'm a little bit chubby today, but that's why he's fashion. But when you look at him, even though he's lacking in the race department, he always got the looks department. You got the height, the muscles, and whatever. And this is not the only Asian dating coach like that. Have you noticed that? Queef and Casanova, Gam Lifestyle, they all have the exact same sort of square jawline, chiseled, 5'11" to 6'2" height, muscular. So this is what I'm talking about. ABCs of Attraction only has one testimonial, the guy. And I'm trying to explain why. Why only one? But I'm sure there's some night game testimonials, but there's only one day game, considering the 4 categories. So this is what they call I don't know, it's like a caste system. Kind of like Indians have a caste system. So this is the first caste system. This is called the guys with a lot of SMV, a lot of privileges, and very little game that can transfer. For example, if you look at these tall, handsome Asian dating coaches, right? And their looks are around 8 to 9 out of 10. Just put that right here. Let's just do the math, because Asians love math, okay? So if the looks is already like 9, right? Like most of them are 9. The height, everything, muscles, 9. The money is, maybe it could be a 3. The race is 1, or it's just for being Asians, 1. And their game could be like 9, 10, 13. Their game needs to be really high to get over that line. So that's why they're inconsistent. That's why they're very inconsistent, or they go after Asian girls, like Queef and Casanova. Like it's all verbals. So this is the first tier where the coach, because ABCs of embellishment, ABCs of narcissism, finally got like a tall coach. Imagine their whole team is full of flunkies. It's like a basketball team of losers. You have short coaches, and finally they have a Yao Ming. Finally they have a tall, good looking guy that can get a little bit of, I'm not even sure if it gets results or just polling, like he can get something. They can get something. So they feel happy about it. And now they're pushing this agenda. This JT scamp is pushing this agenda, because they don't have any day game testimonial. There's a lot of coaches out there who thinks they have super high lay counts, or they think they're like a god. The word's god. I wrote the word god. So they always get narcissistic and they think, I'm a god, I'm a god. But you look at their students, right? In Success Leaves Clues, they're usually positive stereotypes. So students, positive stereotype. So now the 12 to 15 testimonial guys, they have some skill, but almost, have you guys noticed, if you go to their testimonial, 99% of the time, the students are positive stereotypes for Daygame. Okay? They're positive stereotypes. But whenever you look at their night game testimonials, then Asians could be part of it. Night game does not require what they call that much emotions and not that much social skills. So even Asians can do it. That's why ABCs of Attraction has, a little bit of students getting laid at night game, but day game's harder. Number 3 is that besides 12 to 15 testimonials, I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm a god. It's always I'm a god, and you get really narcissistic and they get this sort of megalo behavior like, oh, I'm the best in the world. I got 15 testimonials, right? Like 15. And they're just so proud of it. They get some of it in boot camps. They get some of it in whatever, but 15 fucking testimonials. So what is the next class of testimonial counts? Because remember, I cross off all the ones that just breaks the coach. It doesn't get the students late. So the next one is 30 testimonials. This is where 30 testimonials. And mostly this is night game. This is like 30 to 50 at most. And this is like night game. This is like Queef and Casanova. This is more like the veteran. This is like veterans, a little bit like the guys with 6 years of game or something, usually around this category. This is more of the longer term veterans who are in the game longer, teaching for a little bit longer. For day game, mostly the testimonials are like Asian girls. So it doesn't really help you that much. Yeah, around this category, around 12 to 15 is usually almost always positive stereotypes. So if they get students late because of online, whatever. So imagine there's like different categories, okay? Imagine there's different categories. For example, when I say 15 testimonials, for example, it could be from online game or from night game or from day. No, they don't have any testimonials, day game. But usually what I mean by that is it's always one category that has 12 to 15. So if the coach teaches day game, they only have about 15. If they teach like night game, they have about 12 or 15, whatever the fuck. And a few like online documentaries, whatever. But that's really not that great. It's usually around this category when you have huge volume. So Queefing Casanova sort of volume is usually when they have more students locked inside a goddamn hamster cage, but they're there for 6 months. Does that make sense? And what's between here? So there's the sub 100, and this is the ABCs of attraction. ABC, but mostly is night game. Is never day game, because Asians in general do not have enough of the social skills to do day game. So that's why their new instructor only has one testimonial, but most of their testimonials are from night game. So you got to ask yourself, if you're only getting testimonials from night game, then why does it cost a few $1,000s to train with them? Because you'll never get a fucking testimonial during day game. Remember, I'm saying this to Asians, not because I'm hating. I'm trying to help you guys. I'm your older brother. I'm your best friend. This is real talk. This is like me trying to warn you. Try to sound the alarm. Try and educate you. I'm not trying to brainwash you. When I say I'm going to logically explain something, I'm not trying to brainwash. I'm telling you the fucking truth. So basically, you got to give them credit. I think over 10 years or more of coaching. Makes sense? And then what's the next class? You might have London Daygame. So this is what they call even higher, right? RSD might be like very low. RSD might be in the 30 category for Daygame. They rarely have testimonials, especially in Vancouver. It's almost zero. So what's this new category? What number do you guys see on the bottom? 400, right? 400. Who has 400 testimonials all laid all po Daygame? The highest level of game in the world. Daygame. Yo. So that's me. That's me. So that's 400 testimonial. Yeah. Anyways, I gotta get going soon. But with 400, that's way better. This is how it works, especially in marketing. You don't want to aim for that. You want to get going. So guests are over. So my point is this: when you choose a company you want to do for marketing, right? You choose very carefully. So you want to go for 400. You don't want to go for. So having said that, what do I recommend? I say you should do your research. And whatever you find, right? Whatever is the best research you go.
Attention enlightened day gamers. I have 27 unreleased late testimonials for Daygame. In addition to my impressive total of 581, they only have 20 late testimonials, and they infected you with a mind virus where you ignore me for 6 months, worshipping their infields and their ineffective courses.
They got to you first, but they've underestimated how important you are.
And funneling you into a boot camp. But fear not, I'll eradicate this mind virus. The 6 failed courses and unethical boot camps involving illegal bedroom escalation with drunk women to bypass their objections and consent, to over 10K drained from you. The enlightened will awaken while the unenlightened sheep remain trapped in their worship. Former ABCs of Attraction student, ABCs did not get late testimonials for Daygame in 2022 and 2023. Trains with me, has elite bundle, and he gets a same day lay with a white girl on his first approach using my system. Chinese RSD victim takes a RSD boot camp. 5 years did not get a lay, just one lay. Afterwards, he got a model on his first lay, training with me for this testimonial. He'll have 15 lays in total later on. 5 white girls, 4 models, 2 actresses. Chinese student in the United States did not approach more than 3 approaches. Been practicing at the back of the campus because he has elite bundle and elite access. So therefore, he got laid in 3 approaches, same day lay, white girl. Black student, same day lays, blonde, Russian, brunette, Ukrainian, all in 1 and 2 approaches in Dubai in less than 10 minutes each. Without boot camp, just elite 30 and elite access. In total, 46 lays without boot camp. 50-year-old German student gets laid from Kaizen without a boot camp. He turned his fuck buddy into a girlfriend in the Kaizen program without boot camp. 52-year-old student, Kaizen, after taking my course again in Kaizen, without a boot camp, gets laid with a 21-year-old who's 8.5 out of 10 in Germany. 52-year-old student bangs a 25-year-old 2 weeks after Kaizen program without boot camp on his very first approach again. 52-year-old student gets another lay with a 21-year-old. From a day 2 on the first approach and no flakes, he fucks her. This is all done without boot camp again. See a pattern? 5'5" Indian student gets laid from a social circle gathering. Elite Bundle 2 without a boot camp. Vietnamese unteachable case gets laid from the Kaizen program. She became his girlfriend. Achieved without a boot camp. This Taiwanese student, he got laid with Elite 30 without a boot camp. He got another fuck buddy and he got another lay from Elite 30 from Hard Keys to Hero. And this is all done without a boot camp. This London student got laid with his 5th fuck buddy. I already posted his other fuck buddies on YouTube. He only took Elite 30, Elite Playbook, Inner Circle, Elite Access, and the infield analysis. That's all he took. He did not take a boot camp. He had a 5-some with 4 Asian women from Daygame. Same student from London. He banged this model and he also banged her sister. So that is going to be the last testimonial of his. And all of this is done without a boot camp. Over here, he got another lay. I think that's what happened, but he only has Elite 30. This one over here, he banged 2 women in 1 day. That's right, just from Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero. 0 flakes. So there's no such thing as a 10% number game when you use Elite 30 without boot camp. I think this one, he just got another fuck buddy from Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero without boot camp. One of these, he got another lay. I already posted 2 of the Toronto students' lays, and none of these are from boot camps. This is just from 3MP program. This is his 4th lay with another Latina. This is his 5th lay without a boot camp. This is 3 months to proficiency. Dark-looking Latino guy got a lay with a Ukrainian with Elite 30 from Hard Case to Hero only. Chinese student from the East Side financial capital area. He closed one of those influencers, one of those Twitch streamers with My Arrow Theory. All he had was Elite Bundle 2, not a boot camp. Millionaire Chinese student again, getting white girls over here. 15 lays, 5 models, 4 white girls, 2 actresses, and 1 became his girlfriend. And none of this is from a boot camp. I mentored him. He has Elite Bundle 2. 21-year-old Latino in New York gets a same-day lay. All he has is Elite Bundle 2 in the Inner Circle. No boot camps necessary. Latino student from United States gets laid with a white girl without a boot camp. All he has is Elite Bundle 2 with Inner Circle.
Green equals I taught them online. Red equals I taught them in a boot camp for these late testimonials. I'm the only one who can get you laid without boot camp and saving you money. Honestly, this is how they do it. They make you worship their infield, even if the infields don't mean anything. For all you know, even their student infields, they pull them all the way back at home, and they're wrestling with drunk women in the bedroom. They call this bedroom escalation. But what that really means is they're wrestling her consent away when she's drunk. Technically, in every Western country, that's illegal. So unless they have some kind of conversion mechanism, that's one of them. Everything before that point in their courses never works. You think their next course is always going to work. It never works. Then the next course, because you're sheeps. You don't have critical thinking. And you never really look at the testimonials of most dating coaches. You never just look to see them making a long interview video. You don't know if they got laid or not. They don't tell you. They just say they're crushing it. They're turning into a beast. But you assume it because you're ADHD sheeps. Yeah, you have no critical thinking, you're stupid, and that's not what you want to do. You want to be smart and enlightened like my students. They don't give a flying fuck about my infields. They see the infields that are good for you, John, but they want to get laid. They know that I'm not going to teach them any alcohol crutches or any status maxing or any unnecessary components. My testimonials are all lays and all pulls. There's no stupid cat reviews. I learn about my sticking points. If I keep going like this, I know I'll get results. No, it's either lay or pull, nothing else.